A year. Ready. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the February 11th Village Fest Board meeting to order, please. Staff, could we have a roll call?
Chair Roberts,
Present.
board member Ganella,
Here.
board member Anderson,
Here.
board member Garten,
Here.
board member Idell is absent, board member Alvarez,
Here.
board member Battersby,
Here.
and Main Street Meredith is currently absent, and we do have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Is there any public comments this evening? Seeing none, any board comments this evening? No. Then I'd like to take a few minutes to welcome you all here this evening on behalf of the 6 board members that are up here. We're looking forward to what you have to say. Shortly, we'll call you up and you'll have up to 5 minutes to convince us why you should be part of Village Fest. You are what makes Village Fest work and has for the past 30 plus years. So we're excited to hear what you have to say. But just some little insight, particularly if you're in the arts and crafts venue, we have a metric. We think this is an artisan fair as opposed to an arts and crafts fair. So what we're going to be listening for is that you make at least 75% of what you're selling. An example of that. Strung beads on a chain are very pretty and it's nice jewelry. But we don't consider that artisan. We consider that would be an arts and craft. However, if you polish those beads, if you drill those beads, if you wire wrap those beads, if you make your clasps, so on and so forth, then that falls more into the artisan category, which is what we'll be listening for. So just keep that in the back of your mind. 6 board members here this evening. We'll be voting after you speak. We'll have questions probably. So I think our first up, and we'll have a few minutes of business before we get to you, but Ari Knox, you're going to be first up. Do you need time to set up?
I thought we had 10 minutes, not 5. Can I just start prepping my food?
Yes, if you would prep over here on this
side.
table over here. Yeah, you can move those chairs and we'll continue with business and then get to you in just a couple of minutes. Thank you. Any correspondence, staff?
We have none.
No. Moving on to the consent calendar. Can we have a motion to approve the agenda for this evening's meeting, please?
I'll move to approve.
Second. Oh, sorry, second.
Second by
Antonio, let us vote. David?
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
Celia?
Yes.
I vote yes. Dan?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
It passes. Thank you. To approve the minutes from the January 28th meeting, our last meeting, we need a motion, please.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Thank you.
I second.
Second by Antonio. Let us vote. Mitchell?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
I vote yes. Celia?
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
And David?
Yes.
Very good.
Are we all caught up now on all those minutes? I know that we had.
Yeah.
Yes, we're.
Still had more.
Harry, I see you're going to need a few more minutes. So what we'll do, we'll pass you and come back to you.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. Elena Calderon. Is Elena here this evening?
I hope so. No, she's not here.
No. Okay. Carmen Vargas. Hi, Carmen. Come on up. Push the button and when the light turns green and you start talking, we'll time you.
Okay, I'm the,
Get a little closer.
oh, sorry. I work at.
If you get up to the mic closer, yeah.
Down, move to closer, sorry.
I didn't mean get up on the.
Don't be
table.
nervous. Don't be nervous. Go ahead.
My name is Carmen Vargas and I'm the ballet folklorico teacher at Palm Springs High School. I've been running the program for 7 years. We're a program that started with 20 girls and now or 20 kids, I should say, and we've grown to about 60 now. With more boys now. We started with about 2 boys and now we're up to 17.
Wow.
So if you're unfamiliar with ballet folklorico, it's a Latin dance, Latin American dance from different regions of Latin America. where you see the colorful dresses, the shadow outfits for the men, for the boys. This program has been growing, and really it's here to, we dance at community events, elementary schools, middle schools. It's really a way to express our culture through dance, and kind of teach others about, kind of a little bit about us. But it's not just open to Hispanic students, it's also open to anybody, and I have different, different cultures in my class. To be able to dance at the Village Fest, it's pretty big for us. One, because it is a chance to display our culture, and two, it's a big fundraiser for us. We don't get funded by school whatsoever. They don't give us any funds, so everything that we get is from donations. Currently, we don't have enough shoes for all the girls, because they come up to $70. And so we provide as much as we can, but we're trying to grow, and be able to kind of have that, be equitable, compared to the dance team at the high school. The kids are very, very proud of who they are, and it's a space where they feel at home, where maybe they don't, have their own group, but this gives them an opportunity to really be for something and be a family. We're not just a team, we really are a family, we really are a community. And yeah, like I said, it's really important to us to be able to show that to other people.
Is this an after-school program or is it a regular class during?
It began as an after-school program and now it has grown to a class. We actually had one period of it and now it's grown to 2 periods because there's so many kids that want to participate. And there's a lot of kids that can't participate because we have so many now. We have a class of 40 students. But yeah, now it's a class, yes.
And you're not funded whatsoever by the arts programs of Greater Palm Springs?
Yeah, and we do get donations when we dance at certain events. We received a $300 donation because it was a district event. And so we do get donations like that. Also, we dance at like Las Cazuelas about 3 times a year, and we get donations from them. But from the school, we actually don't receive money from school.
Well, Carmen, first, thank you for what you do and for being a teacher.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful career. We love Palm Springs High School. I've seen the group perform before. They're amazing kids, so thank you again for that. Are you planning on donations, asking for donations at the festival?
Yeah, we've actually danced before at Village Fest, but it's been it's been years, and that's what we did, accept donations, and we would make a good amount of money. And we're able to buy, obviously, we bought more dresses just because of that.
Nice.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
How many kids participate?
We have 60 in the 2
60.
classes, but on our team, we have 34.
And what do you have to do to get on the team?
You try out, it's open to anybody that wants to try out, and it depends on how many dresses and outfits we have. That's how we choose how many kids are in the class, on the team, I should say.
So it's freshmen all the way up to seniors.
Freshmen all the way up to seniors, yep.
Good.
The youngest ones would be 12, 13, something?
14.
Okay.
So,
And your outfits and things belong to your group and then they're.
they're recyclable, basically, yeah. We use them and we are able to get a couple more every single year with our donations. But like I said, we don't have for everybody, stuff.
Staff sent out a video of the dancing. Did everyone get a chance to see it? Yeah, it's quite good.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with Green Room Theater Company in Coachella?
I'm not.
Give them a call.
Okay.
We have I'm on the board of directors there. And we have very successful ballet folklore addition to our troupe, to our company that has put us actually in the black.
Okay.
It's a little more interesting than Shakespeare sometimes for young kids, but our kids are 4, 5, 6 years old. But you would definitely want to get in touch with us.
Yeah, definitely.
And on that note, I would like to recommend that we accept them into a Village Fest.
That's a motion.
Motion, please.
I'll
Yes.
second that.
Right, let's vote. Mitchell.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Yes.
Celia? And Talia?
And yes,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
thank you. Exactly 5 minutes and 6
Faith
seconds.
will give you the next steps. Okay, we will move on. Ari, I see you're still preparing over there. Good. You're making us hungry.
Smells good.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Terry Green or Michelle Schurer. Accessory Studio. Hi, welcome.
We are the Accessory Studio. We have known each other for 25 years, a little over 25 years, and we have been trying various forms of artwork all over the course of that time. And we've teamed up together to create this booth for accessories. I basically am a lapidary artist and jewelry maker. I basically take raw stones like this, cut them on a slab saw, and then turn them into cabochons and or polish them as specimens as such. So you could pass those around if you want to take a look. Wine glass shards.
Some of those are cute.
Whoops.
Or earrings.
Or earrings.
That's interesting, because a lot of times, yeah, it's very.
All of my clasps on the earrings, the hooks, they're all handmade. So I don't use any of the bought components. My style is very minimalist, modern. And I take the cabochons that we cut and polish and make jewelry with it.
What is a cabochon?
A cabochon is
Gotcha.
the stone. So I cut the slab about 1/4 inch thick and then we trim saw it. Put a dop stick on the back with dop wax and we have a genie polishing machine and we just spin through the wheels. Put some cerium oxide on the end of it and set it. And I'll turn it over to.
Hi, guys. So I'm Terry and I've been making various art over the years. I've been more of an experimenter most of the time. But in the last year, I kind of decided to put together a lot of art I've done over the years and combine it with something new. So what I've done is I've taken, like, let's say I have this is a small example of an art piece of mine, and I would take an image of this. And then I upload it into my computer and I digitize it and alter it. And then I print the artwork out onto synthetic paper. So it's a commercial grade synthetic paper. And then I have a laser printer and I cut out all of these shapes and then I assemble them. And I assemble them kind of similar to jewelry in how we have them linked together. Thank you. But I wanted to at least kind of bring the artwork. This is the type of paper that I'm printing it onto. So you're welcome. You can pass that around as well. Yes.
Like a mobile.
Mobiles and wall hangings.
Mobiles, wall art. So like, here's one that's a good sized one.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, my.
So this one's a big one.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
And so again, I just take images of artwork I've done over the years. And, oh yeah, sure. And print it out onto this material, and then I go ahead and cut it into shapes and assemble them into pieces. I've got a piece right now over at the Galen in Plum Desert for their ACE show. And I've had 2 other pieces over there as well. And like, here's another example of where I've taken art that I've made and made it into this. Like, this was a mosaic piece that I made. I took an image of it, printed that out, and now it's in the form of a mobile.
She cuts them out of this kind of.
So, yeah, you can see I cut one out of that one right there. Then, in addition to that, I also make these handmade wine
Performance.
charms. Okay, so these are similar to the one that was around the bottom of the glass there. So these are, let me hand that to you. That one's a handmade one.
Literally reason.
And then I have some that are, I print different fun little things on them on that same paper that I use to make the mobiles. These are just different versions of the wine glass charms.
Interesting.
And then I have like 12 packs
Wow.
of paper ones that I've made that are disposable.
So some are disposable, some are reusable.
Yeah, all of them except for these are reusable.
Okay.
So, and one last thing I just added recently are these little neck scarf,
Oh, that's-
buckles or rings or
Scarf ring.
whatever. Yeah, to keep your scarf looking nice and neat and everything. So, and I make those with my laser cutter as well.
Do the mobiles, can they hold up outdoors?
They could be outdoors. I mean, they are made as indoor art.
Okay.
And most of them are kind of more modern, mid-century,
Yeah.
modern looking. But they're pretty sturdy. If you had a chance to touch it, it's a pretty durable material and it is on commercial grade stuff. I just probably wouldn't put it in the rain.
But it's a laminated paper.
It's a laminated paper. Mhm.
And what's the price point of something that?
This one's 400. Whereas this one is, I think it's 65.
Oh, so cool. That's very cool.
Okay, so that would be the difference. And then I've got some little tiny ones too that I could pop out there, but you want to feel the material real quick?
We just hit 6 minutes.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm done and ready.
All right.
But how would this hold up to bright sunlight? Would it fade or no?
I don't think it'll fade.
Because
No,
almost everything fades.
it's commercial. This is like commercial grade paper and commercial grade printing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You could probably sell 1,000 of those this week with modernism here.
Sounds good to me.
Very unique. Any other board questions?
I just have one. I don't see any of, I see the jewelry on your price sheet, but I don't see anything else. Is it on the price sheet? Am I-
Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, I wrote it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's just mixed up there.
If it's the one we filled out, it's on there.
Scarf, oh, scarf rings there. Okay, yeah,
Yes, yes.
sorry. Change our application. Okay,
We read it like 40 times. Make sure we have everything.
That's why you always send it as a PDF and not a Word document.
please, yeah.
All right.
We dropped it in person.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess and lastly, this
Oh, yeah,
is
the
the
packaging.
card that we
Yeah.
give out to everybody in the packaging that we have. So I don't know if you want to pass that down or not.
Yeah. It's all very unique and interesting. Yes, and the jewelry's very well done.
Thank you.
You
Beautifully
didn't
done.
have the scarves on here, so if you wanted to add, it says scarf rings.
That's all.
Yeah,
oh, just the
yeah,
ring.
that's what that is.
Oh, I thought you were selling scarves,
No,
I'm sorry,
scarf
I
rings.
bet you it's lovely.
The ring.
Pass the ring down.
That's cool. Was that made of wood?
Yeah,
But you'll demonstrate what that is with a scarf, right, Terry?
right.
On
That's
a
why I
bus.
did that, but yeah.
It's a scarf ring.
You realize that, right?
I wrote down.
Any questions? Anybody?
Any other questions?
I'll move to approve.
Seconded. No, Celia second. Go ahead.
I'll second.
So Celia has seconded. We have a motion and a second. Let us vote. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ann,
Yes.
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 Celia, Antonio,
Yes.
and David.
Yes.
Congratulations. Welcome to Village.
We can't wait.
When are you planning on starting?
There's nothing like.
As soon as possible. Yeah.
If they could get on during modernism.
Well, we've got to do the orientation.
Faith has to,
Wednesday, is it?
Wednesday.
The 19th, I
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
Next Tuesday.
So I guess the earliest would be the 20th.
Once
right?
again, that's not our job.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Besides,
That's still
rain,
during That would still
Wait,
be
wait, rain?
during modernism.
bad rain, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Through the following weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
So people will be here early.
Yeah,
we need it, right?
But
I guess so, but
Go to a
so
little
much
kick-
done today.
And honestly, this Thursday is the first day of modernism. There's very few people coming on the first day. The first day for the, it's the meeting and stuff. So you're really good to start next week if you can make that happen.
Well, that's up to
That's
them.
what I'm saying. If you all can make that happen, it would be good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We'll see you on the third.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is, oh my.
Did you get all of your?
I just brought it in case you wanted to see me like actually. Do the wrapping.
It's lovely.
We believe you. Looks like nice house over there.
Yeah,
You ready?
it's getting nice, yeah.
Okay, if you're ready.
Okay. So we have a full Nice House meal for you today. We're starting with some avocado raspberry iced tea. Avocado leaves have a kind of anise flavor to them, so we kind of mellow it out with the, can I give you some too? Yeah.
Thank you.
We kind of mellow it out with the raspberry. We are Camille and Ari. We're husbands. We just moved to the area from New York about 2 or 3 years ago. And we came up with this concept because people make fun of millennials that if we ate less avocado toast, we could buy a house sooner.
That's good.
This is the avocado toast that we're selling to pay for our house. So I have a background in theater, and I think food is also theater, but theater doesn't pay very well, so I worked in a lot of restaurants in New York over the last 15 years. And Camille comes to this through, okay.
That's all right.
No, well, we got.
It's all right with you, but.
Yeah, I work.
You know,
That's all right, yeah. Oh, you're short. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, he has another one. He has.
I thought
He's pouring another one.
So Camille works in advertising, so he came up with the clever name and all of the beautiful logos and the website that you see in the packet. And I am responsible for the food, and together we came up with the name Nice House.
No double entendre.
Oh,
So
no.
many double entendres.
Yeah.
You seen the
Few
logo, right?
items that are the Nice House, but in the future, we have thoughts for Basic House, Bad House, things like that. But we're starting out with just a very simple avocado toast, which will be served in a kind of a dinner roll that we're gonna stuff, so it's easy to walk around the market with. But for you today, I just made it open face. You'll have to pretend it's toasted, but this is what we call our beat up sourdough. And that is sourdough with a little bit of beet powder for antioxidants. And it just gives it this wonderful earthy flavor that goes really well with the avocado toast. So we've got our beat up sourdough, fresh avocados. We have radishes, champagne pickled shallots, a homemade balsamic drizzle, some microgreens. We have another one.
I can wait. You counted probably correctly.
I know,
but I know.
but
I
I-
can wait.
Can I take one back and I'll cut it in half?
No, go ahead, take it. I'm good.
You take it?
Thank
I'll
you.
cut it in.
It's like an avocado.
Cool, yeah.
Um,
Like a vegan chocolate mousse, right?
Yes, so,
Okay, yeah.
so everything that you have today is vegan. We're also gonna have bacon wrapped dates, which won't be vegan. But we wanna be, inclusive of everyone. We just have 4 items on our menu coming from New York. I learned the keep it simple, stupid rule.
So good.
So that's what we're doing. But down the line, we'd like to add like maybe a chicken and brie and a caprese version. Who else needs one? But we'll come back to present those to you. We thought starting out first, we want to get the hang of things, so keep it easy. The avocado mousse is avocados, cacao, a little bit of oat milk, Swerve brown sugar to keep it light. We're trying to keep things healthy. And then some orange zest on the top and a little bit of agave syrup.
Is this sweet?
Yeah, with Swerve brown sugar, which is monk fruit,
Oh, okay.
so it's also low cal.
Very sweet.
Yeah. Who doesn't have the avocado mousse?
I don't, but I honestly, I don't have any. Thank you.
And I think,
This is delicious.
thank you.
Avocado and what?
Avocado, cacao, Swerve brown sugar, which is like monk fruit and stevia. Vanilla beans.
Really
A
amazing.
little bit of agave nectar.
And orange zest,
And
which is
zest.
fresh.
Yeah, the last restaurant I worked in New York was very fancy, and the chef there said, put a little orange zest on everything and people will think you're innovative. So, hopefully you think.
What was
it's
that
innovative.
restaurant?
It was called Loring Place in the Village, but I worked
I'm
at,
from New York.
okay, I worked at Bluefin on Times Square.
oh, look, Bluefin.
Yeah, I was there for a long time. I bartended at a lesbian bar down the Village. I worked every
Which was
position
underneath
in
my
a restaurant.
apartment.
What?
It was underneath.
The cubbyhole or Bluefin?
No, the,
Bluefin?
cubbyhole used to be.
Yeah. Oh, so you never slept there?
No, I'm on the top floor of the building.
Because it was loud.
We also work on Fire Island for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where?
Cherries?
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
After 5 minutes now.
Oh, are we over 5?
Just down.
Will you make this to order or will you have them prepared?
We're gonna make them to order. So it's gonna be a dinner roll that we're stuffing rather than flat, so it's easy to walk around with. And we have to make it to order. I would love to have pre-mashed avocado, but it turns brown and it's
Brown.
gross and nobody wants to buy
I
that.
think
So,
people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think they'll wait for it because it's so fresh tasting.
yeah, thank you. Well, that's why we're keeping the menu very small, very simple. And we're probably gonna say no substitutions. We just kind of have to crank them out. So he's the charming one. He'll be the cashier. I'll be in the back flipping bacon wrap dates, which the bacon wrap dates also have our thick Hass sauce, which is goat cheese and avocados and parsley and spices, and it's like crack. It's so good. And a little avocado mayonnaise.
There's nothing like this in our food court, nothing.
According to the sustainable,
All of these packages are sustainable. The
these are
cups
polymers,
are,
aren't they? Are these
yeah,
palm?
and the cups are corn syrup or something like
These
that.
are?
So yeah, so it's all biodegradable. We have biodegradable corn straws and the palm leaf plates. The only thing, we probably aren't gonna use these avocado mousse containers. They're not sustainable, but I bought 5,000 of them, so we're gonna run out of them and then we're gonna find.
But it's okay to use these if they want to, right? Yeah.
We'll use them for something else.
Yeah,
That's, yeah, if, it's still sustainable if it's reusable.
yeah, it's
Remember,
very
it doesn't have
reusable.
to be just biodegradable.
Yeah, great,
I have to ask,
yes.
do you strictly use Haas avocados?
So who knows what these tariffs are gonna be like? If we have to buy avocados in California only, we'll start using bacon avocados and fuerte avocados. Most of our product is gonna be sourced from Tamalpais Farms, who get their avocados from Baja, Mexico, and most of those happen to be Haas. So I think if we use other avocados, I think that's a good branding thing, and we'll say these are fuerte avocados or whatever we can get.
You will promote the health aspect of your food, I hope. And
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
that'd be
I
great.
actually, so I work in pharma advertising, and at some point we were doing the presentation for Hass Avocado Board. And we actually had to prepare a lot of facts about avocados and how actually how healthy they are. And I learned a lot, like they're good for your heart, they encourage weight loss because they have a lot of fiber, they're good for your heart and like cholesterol and all of that. So there's a lot of benefits, which we also want to incorporate in the social media advertising.
Yeah, we want to be healthy, almost fast food. Not quite fast food, but the healthy alternative.
Good food served quickly.
Yes, and hopefully by cuties.
That's marketing.
Yeah, we want to get, eventually we're working on uniforms and we want to put like nice Haas on our butt.
You've been to a Village Fest?
We go all the
Oh,
time.
so
We get
you
our
know
stationery
The
from Little
crowds that
Owl.
are there.
Yeah, it's a little, we know that it's a big diverse group of people and we want to market to everyone. So we won't make the booty shorts too short.
Well, I'm a private chef and I have to say it's delicious. Thank you
And he
very
wears
much.
booty shorts whenever he serves.
Great.
Only on my show.
Any other questions?
Excellent.
Got a motion?
I move that we accept, what are they called?
Excellent.
Nice
Haas.
sauce.
I'll second.
Village Fest.
All right, let us vote.
Yes.
Mitchell, Dan,
Yes.
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 Antonio
I second and yes.
and Dave.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
When will you be starting?
When, I don't know, how does that work?
Faith will coordinate that. Yeah. she-
I have a ton of bread, if anyone wants some bread to take home,
Sure.
should I leave that for you?
If you leave it there, that would be.
Leave it, we'll take it, yeah.
It was delicious.
It was
Everything was
delicious.
great.
Thank you so
Everything was
much.
great.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all. at
You'll
the-
see us.
You will see
I look
us.
forward
Where's the bread from, by the way?
Where's the radishes?
Where's the bread from?
I made it.
Oh, wow.
I was one of those basic Beckies who spent the lockdown learning sourdough, and now I make
Yes.
sourdough every single day. And I've been
So you still
tweaking it
do it?
every day. He
Yeah.
hates it because he's on a good diet, so I get take off this much a day so that we don't, that's why I got on the dinner roll.
I totally dropped that hobby as soon as it's over and I can go to Peninsula Pastries.
Yeah. But when it comes out of the oven, it's warm and it smells so good. Like,
good.
let's have to eat at least few. So this all came out about 45 minutes ago. Posted, but I didn't wanna let it-
Way to go, Beck.
Did your starter come from someone else or did you?
I made it in Brooklyn and then I killed it, and so I added a little bit that I bought on Etsy like 3 years ago, and then I've been carrying it since then.
Wow.
I call it my monster, so I always have to feed the monster.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you on the street.
Cool, thank you so
Congratulations.
much, thank you.
Elena Calderon. Hi, Elena.
Hi, I went over to the other building.
Well, we're glad you found us.
Pavilion, you know?
Yeah. Please come on up.
So, can I put stuff in it?
Yes.
I'm a returning artist. I started when Elaine was here. That's how old I am.
before me.
You know anything
Ah.
about Elaine?
Yes. I know Elaine.
So I started back then. I'm basically a porcelain jewelry artist. I have 2 kilns at home. And this is one of the posters I put up. It shows the process. There's like 25 steps in doing
Fabulous.
working with clay. You have to pick it up, put it down, pick it up, and paint it and refire it and all that stuff. So I put this up on the show, so they might appreciate how much work goes into it.
Yeah.
And then this is one of the posters we put up I put up just to show what I made. You know, big posters, handmade. It's porcelain mostly and my designs, I've been doing it for a very long time. So now what I'm doing, I have more stuff here because I'm putting it, first I started with jewelry. So these are few boards, the jewelry line is very extensive. I do necklaces and earrings to match. I do glazed porcelain, I do matte porcelain. You can pass that if you like. And this is one showing bracelets and chokers and some earrings. So all handmade. I usually stamp my name on the back. And I don't sell it anywhere else anymore. I'm trying to diversify. I'm doing some things now on canvas.
Oh, cute.
Okay, thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of people have bought my necklaces and they think they're really cute, but you know, I've already bought it. I don't need any more. So I'm thinking, well, maybe they'll hang it up, right? And then I'm also doing larger plaques, sorry, runny nose. Little plaques that hang on the wall. These are clay also, and they're just cutesy things to put up to make somebody, it makes you kind of happy when you see them. So some people are happy, get happy when they see them. Other people, not so much. I also use the clay to make little clocks. So this is a little clock. It has the parts in it. So you can, I brought it next to it. No end of what you can do with clay. Here's a little nothing. There's the signs. Now the clay, I make an original, and then I make a ceramic mold. I didn't bring one. I had a lot of stuff to bring, but if you want to see one. Anyway, I make an original and then I make a plaster mold so I can reproduce my things. And you pour clay into these plaster molds, liquid clay, like to make cookies.
Yep.
And the liquid clay dries up, and if you're not careful with it, it breaks. It's called greenware. So you take it out of your plaster mold, and then you have to be careful with it. If you're careful with it, you're able to clean it up with a wet sponge, make it smooth, and then you fire it. Maybe you put a little paint on it.
Like a recipe card.
Huh?
No.
No,
I was here.
No, wait,
That's unfired. That's greenware, and then this ware. And then this. These are clock. Over the clock. Those are.
Where do you get the mechanism for the clock? The mechanism for the. clock?
Oh, good question. I brought my equipment.
Got it.
You have to buy those little parts,
Okay.
and this is my little tool block. I don't know where these come from. I'm hoping they come from America.
Yeah.
Cause otherwise they're gonna
It's
be
gonna cost you
expensive.
more.
But this is the clock part that I use, and then these are the components. So I make the clock, the clock, backing. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're large. So this is set up so that I can put clock parts in there, and this shows you the little clock part there. And I make all did Faith send you, did you? get
Yeah, we got
copies?
your file.
You got copies of the other photos and things,
Yes.
because there's a lot of stuff there. Like at this, I also do little plaques. You know, just cute little things,
We're 4 minutes.
huh?
We're at 4 minutes.
Am I almost done?
One more minute.
You get one more minute.
Okay, she told me to bring everything. Okay, so then I do. So then I do these little things, that have stuff hanging from me. I do a lot of gemstones, so it has gemstones.
What is that for?
The vase.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
vase,
great,
gemstone.
okay.
I won't pass it around because we're limited. You know about all these pictures. Okay, so these are, I do belt, because I can do the clay and the belt, that thingy, so I can do that. So it's just a sample, a few samples. Some are gaudy, some are big, some are small, okay, but we have the I have the fabric to go through them. I also do, here's another belt thing. Here's a little face, because I do little faces and big faces. I also do cufflinks. Barrettes. Here comes
Y'all wanna? see
earrings.
No,
that?
1 minute.
Actually, 5 seconds left.
Okay. All right. so
They're okay on time, don't rush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
don't-
good.
don't
That was-
rush.
You have to throw stuff.
This is art.
Okay.
Okay, so I start with regular stuff like this, see fabric, and I pin it together, and then I make this little goodie, and then I put. So this is like, and I put sometimes decoration on it,
cool.
okay, and then some of them I hand paint, so this one's hand painted with one of my designs and Ford.
And that's
So
an
that's-
eyeglass case.
That's a what?
Or whatever.
Eyeglass tape?
Sunglasses.
You can put whatever you want in it. It
You
used to
can
be
put your
when
phone
the
in it.
phones were small.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be for a phone.
Yeah.
And then I do the same thing like on little handbag shapes that I make, okay? So I can put my designs on anything basically.
So the belt, you actually cut the straight and everything?
I cut the fabric, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
fabric.
okay.
I have different fabrics, different colors. And then these are just other plaques. And the base, I start with a paper. And then I have to cut the clay, and this has already been fired one time, and then I have to paint it again, okay, and put the stuff on it. So, okay, I think I'm done.
You make this, yeah.
And the
You actually make these?
yeah, well, yeah, this is, you cut it, I cut it, cut it,
Oh
sew
my
it,
God.
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think that's everything.
So I noticed on some of your pieces, the red piece and on the big pieces, some of them had your stamps and some didn't.
Yeah, I sometimes,
On the jewelry,
I'm old.
okay.
The process is I lay out my plaster molds because I have to do it quickly. I mean, it's handmade, so I lay out my plaster molds and then I pour my clay in. And then I'm supposed to, when they're dry, stamp them. And then I'm supposed to pull them out, put holes in them. And that's just, it's a lot of steps. So occasionally I forget something.
All right,
But pretty much everybody knows, and this is just, I either put on my canvas now, and I'm gonna do faces, and I'm also going to do my animals that I do a lot of jewels designs.
Very cute.
Okay, any
Okay.
questions?
Okay.
I live here, I've been here 20 years, I used to come from San Diego, so it was a long trek, I was born there, it's a long drive for a long time, so I finally moved here.
Good for you.
And here's one little thing, I have a myasthenia gravis, it's a muscle weakness. And I'm also, have been a nurse and, I took a fall last year as a psychiatric nurse, I've had a bad back. But years ago, they let me, use my vehicle. I had it because I'm handicapped, physically have a handicap pass. Because the myasthenia gravis is muscle weakness, so I have to allocate my energy. So I have a truck that I've set up, I've used it before. The girls, I try to make it look artsy, fun. So I still need to use it.
So
I'm getting
that will
older.
be your booth or?
It would
that
be
can
my-
issue- Okay.
It's my
great.
booth.
That's
I
fine.
set it up.
There's other vendors that actually have
Huh?
vehicles that they
Yeah.
utilize. the booth.
Okay.
Elena,
It would be easier if I brought cake.
You're not selling cake.
Next time. bring cake.
Okay, thank you.
Next
Next time I
time, bring
bring cake, I
cake.
know, it'd be a lot
I
easier.
think your
Okay.
variety is really interesting. I think there's.
Well, I've been doing it a very long time. So I started with jewelry and then I thought, oh, I can make bigger things and then I can put it on paper and then I can put it on fabric and I'd like to put it eventually, I'd like to put it eventually on bigger purses and little shirts, but I'm
So
getting-
how fragile are things like the belt buckles or like, anything? I saw there was something that before it's fully done that you can break.
before you fire it, it's like
After
a
it's
cookie.
fired, then it's.
Like 3 times,
Okay,
but it's like your glasses.
yeah,
and
if you drop it on the floor.
your
of course it's
ceramic dishes at home.
Yeah.
And I've been selling this for a very long time, and at first there was resistance, oh, it's gonna break, but My stuff is pretty sturdy, and if they take, it's art, it's not just.
Yeah.
Plastic, so I tell them, you know, if you take care of it, it'll last a lifetime, and I see ladies wearing, my things when they're going into the restaurant coming out, I'll say, oh, that's my necklace, and someone will say, that was my mother's favorite necklace. You know,
Oh.
they're from back at east, and she's wearing her mother's favorite necklace, because, you know, it just reminds her of Palm Springs, and so. It's nice, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I've been in different countries and different places, and seeing my stuff there. And people think I'm crazy because I like, that's mine. My name is on the back.
So you've got a lot of stuff here. Are you planning on adding to this edition, or is this what you're gonna sell?
No, this is it.
Okay.
I'm getting older. And
Any
I
other
don't show
questions for
everything all
Elena?
the time. It's just, you know, I've got stuff I've been working on over the years. I used to sell these clocks at the art affair. All my little clocks, you know, the art affair Laguna Beach?
Yeah.
Sawdust, Pageant of Masters, yeah. For 8 years, I
there this summer, yeah.
participated in art affair, so I did the clocks there. And I've just, and I used to actually design in the 70s and 80s. I manufactured jewelry because we had 50 people. We taught them like Hermes, you know, the Hermes handbags
Yeah.
that are real expensive. I taught my people, almost 50 at one time, to hand make my things. And then we sold them to department stores, especially chain stores. That was a long time ago. I got tired of having employees. Just thought I'd be
Thank you,
able to-
Elena. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we accept Elena into Village Fest.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Let's vote, David.
Yes, you remind me of my cousin. That's why you get your points.
How many?
Antonio?
Yes.
Celia?
Your cousin,
Yes.
where did she live?
Don't worry about it.
I vote
Okay.
yes. Dan?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're no, I'm
Congratulations.
coming over.
Welcome back.
Well, you know
Welcome
why
back.
I would come over and hit you on the head, because some of us artists have a real problem that there are people who are so smart and able to fabricate a handmade look and then come to you and present it. And their stuff isn't handmade. It's just, you know, you can be fooled because they're so professional. They're so good at what they do now with that AI stuff and everything. So
Well, we appreciate you.
it's frustrating, but thank you.
Thank
Am
you.
I the last one? Are you done?
No,
Oh, okay. Look like the room's empty.
no, it is not.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. We will
Thank
see
you.
you on the streets.
You'll see me on the streets in good weather. I'm getting home when it rains. I have to stay home. Health is more important.
Ray,
Thank
you're
you.
next. Please come up.
Elena, thank you. Nice to see you again. I didn't recognize you.
I'm blonde now.
Yeah. And I'm
Were
great.
you working when he was on before? So before
Thank you. Thank you.
Prairie Hugh,
Yeah.
welcome.
Well, I make watercolors to sell, but my whole thing is if somebody enjoys art, you gotta try and dabble in everything. So I've done jewelry making in the past and oils and charcoals, but I like doing watercolor because I think it's a really difficult medium and I enjoy the challenge, and it's something I can keep doing and constantly learning new things. So one thing this wasn't originally a selling point, but I would find I do this at when I do sell is I don't look at my phone. So what I'd end up doing is just painting, and what I do is I just make little paintings and just give it to kids who come by. So I thought I'd put that as something to do, and I usually end up, I know this is a more busy market, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that, but it's whenever I'm downtime, I try and focus on that. And it's fun to do. And people enjoy. So I do sell a few prints. These are prints of paintings I made. They're cliche. But I mostly sell originals and I don't sell online. And these are the prints. These are my originals.
I like the Roadrunner. You throw that in the package.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so, and I like to focus on plants and animals of the area. That's what I enjoy. I've done conservation in the past. This is what I care about. So that's my focus.
I got it with my finger.
Oh, this-
Is it all right to look at these in here?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, oh, yes, perfect. So yeah, I sell some matted, some are, just for it's cheaper, I sell non-matted too. And then I also do, just for fun, I do seasonal stuff, so, I'm sorry, I'm not displaying case. I do seasonal, little paintings, so, paintings and cards, just for fun, to mix it up. And I also go to, I go and take photos of, I need to do plein air, but, what I'm doing now is I've been going to, like Tockwitz Canyon and all the, there's Rock and Tumble I went to recently and, 3 or 4 different places. So I want to go, I'm going on location and doing paintings of the places I go.
How much is this?
That I believe is, I think it's 170.
Beautiful.
Thank you so
These are
much.
all beautiful. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all these prints are these.
Which
we say?
Those are the ones that aren't warped, those are the prints. The rigid, the watercolors they have, they all warp. They all warp. Just how the medium is.
Look at this.
It's really beautiful. You're very talented.
Very talented.
Are you native? From here?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois.
Okay,
That's why it's prairie here. I used to do prairie conservations.
very cool.
Thank you.
These are so-
What brought you here? How long have you lived here?
I've lived here before. My brother's, he's basically from here. He's not born here, but he's what brought me here. So I came back. Before I was just doing, that's it, an entry level like food position, but I wanted to come and sell and sell myself, my passion, instead of doing that.
You're very talented.
Thank you
This
so
is, if this,
Yeah.
do you do prints of this?
much. I don't have prints of that one.
Oh.
I should though, yeah.
You should. This is
Everybody here loves roses.
Think so?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put them
Beautiful.
on.
Anything desert centric or
Yes.
Palm Springs.
And the
centric would be
Roadrunners
very
are-
Popular, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's popular to do that, but it's just the spread awareness of like local animals and, show more appreciation for that for people.
Yeah.
I know, but it's a very popular thing to do road runners and things like that. I also want to do less common animals, so when I went to one of these trails, I did find photos of, I took photos of like the little chipmunks I found. They'd come up to you. I think people were giving them stuff to drink and stuff, so there's a lot of cute fun stuff to.
And the longhorn shrimp,
Definitely not longhorn shrimp.
You have a hard time eating that.
Where did you find your work?
I do.
How come I can't find it here?
Oh, no, it's on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I signed it.
Okay, I would put it on front. That's just me.
Oh, I-
Beautiful, beautiful work.
Any other questions for Ray?
I'd like to
Beautiful work.
move to approve Prairie View.
I second that. I think it's beautiful.
Right,
Gorgeous.
let's vote. David,
Yes.
Antonia,
yes.
Celia,
Yes.
I vote yes. Dan,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes, congratulations.
congratulations, Ray, welcome.
Seeing you.
Yeah, come on, just say hi.
There we go. Thanks. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Oh.
So that concludes our juries for this evening.
Yay.
Unfinished business, anything on sustainability, staff?
We have no updates on sustainability. Is this an item you would like for us to keep on the agenda?
Yeah, we don't have a resolution yet, really though, right?
What do you
I mean, well, have the rules on sustainability, like for food vendors, been,
All done.
are you all done with that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then take it off. I didn't know, I'm sorry, would you mind, refreshing my memory, or maybe I missed a meeting
The
about
city
what's
ordinance, right?
required?
The city ordinance.
Yes, I know about the city, but it hadn't been, it hadn't really been done with Village Fest vendors, so I'm just wondering if you wouldn't mind just telling me about it, and then whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So we worked with the Office of Sustainability and they outlined exactly what portions of Village Fest are required to fall in line with the ordinance. So it was determined that any fresh items that are served need to fall within the food ordinance that the Sustainability Office has implemented. Anything that is in our farmers market does not. So I think that's where we were having some challenges. We were trying to just figure out, do we need to enforce this ordinance in the farmer's market or not? But the Sustainability Office confirmed that it does not include farmer's market. So all of our food service vendors are required to follow the ordinance. And Faith and I are just trying to keep up with the vendors, especially ones that are coming before you, just make sure they're aware of the food ordinance and that what they're providing you here is within compliance with it. And then on the street, our vendors are, that's something we're just trying to monitor to make sure they're all in compliance.
What was the deadline for them to comply?
The original deadline was in October. So remember, we broke it down,
Yep.
we, like, it was about 3 months. We allow people little by little to adjust. We provided them with resources for purchases. The cities offers a program for purchasing, a scholarship. They were provided that information as well. So currently we are in compliance and we're just trying to keep an eye on it.
Do we need a motion to remove it from the?
No.
Is there any objections to remove it from the agenda? I see.
No,
No,
There is not at all.
tired of looking at it.
and Joy thinks it should go.
You guys. Hang out. Or
This is still under
whatever.
the new business category. We should probably move it to unfinished business now, but Joy and Celia, would you like to update us on the youth banner
Yeah,
contest and the
yes,
vendor?
we
poster
would.
contest?
Joy and I have been in communication and Faith forwarded to us a couple of the previous winners of the poster contest, which are amazing. And she also gave me, I'm gonna pass this out to you guys. It's the application, the old application for vendor, the poster contest. And I think we just need to update, I think we could use the same one. And we can just update the dates on it because this is the 2016 Palm Springs art contest and then the date that they must be received by.
2016.
Yeah,
It says 2016, yeah.
I'm happy. What I'd like to do is have these ready to hand out at the birthday.
Okay.
And I'm willing
Oh, that's a
to,
good shot.
if somebody can help me with that, I'm willing to pass these out to all the vendors and let them, make them aware of this. And we just need to decide when the entries should be received by. And we can just update this form and then have it ready by the birthday,
What's our birthday?
March 13th.
I would be glad to help you distribute this,
Great.
and you know, we could just get this all
Yeah.
settled. And I think that really the great thing about the poster contest was it gave us time, that's why it's kind of blowing my mind, it was 2016, because we're still using some of those images, and how lucky are we that we have these images that past
They're
artists or
beautiful.
whatever
I
made.
have you all seen them? I mean, they're gorgeous. The posters were unbelievable. The
Yeah.
two that you had copies of, so.
In fact, I'm amazed in a city like this, why there aren't people, why we don't have people lining up to enter this.
We will.
They will.
We haven't done it since 2016.
Oh, that's what the, okay.
That-
So the
Which
queue
I
is
can't
clear. There we
believe
go.
that.
The queue is clear, ready to go.
They're not lined up because they would have been waiting a long
Long
time.
Just a few
So,
years.
so what is what date do we want to have these entries received by? And they're gonna be sent to I guess, the Village Fest office.
Yes, we normally receive them.
Okay,
Are we thinking May, like give them 2 months?
No, you're going to hand them out of the birthday, right?
right.
We're
So
gonna hand it out in March, so I'm just wondering if we want to give them 60 days, 30 days. How long did you give them last time?
I think 2 months is sufficient.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's
so-
almost too long. because they
Yeah, 6
forget
weeks.
about
Yeah, there's a
it.
lot.
then you wanna do one-
It's a reminder. Yeah, we could set up a.
So like the end of April or the beginning of May?
Yeah.
It's the end of April,
Yeah, 6 weeks.
so it's only 6 weeks.
Yeah,
That's
6
that
weeks
was
is
good.
good, yeah.
So
That
whatever,
would be great.
whatever is the end of April, I guess,
Could be getting hotter this year.
well, I mean, yeah, for Village
And
Fest.
then how will the winners be chosen? Will that be something that we'll do here at the meeting?
In the past, it's been a committee of the board.
Fun.
Who's made the decision.
Yeah.
Is this just for the poster contest or is this the youth
This is
banner?
just the
This is just
Poster.
poster. I think that as a commission, this one is a little bit more important because of how we're gonna be able to use it.
It's a
later.
marketing tool.
Yeah, and the youth banner contest, what we need is a theme. And after we get a theme, we'll just could send it out and then we get them printed and that's that.
Yeah, and we've budgeted to have them printed since that seemed to work well the last time we did this program. So we have the funds for the printing of it.
What was it called last time, the youth banner contest? What was the thing?
Youth banner, oh, it was called what, it was what makes me happy. We just wanted it to be broad and happy. And we got a lot of great pieces out of that. So maybe that could happen around May-ish too,
Let's wait for
Well,
another
let's,
year or two.
let's
because it's like near end of the year and because then we'll be out of school.
Right.
And
you
then
have to
it's
do it
hard
either
to
now or
contact
not.
them.
Yeah.
Do you still have kids?
Yes.
But not too many kids?
Oh, no, we have a lot of
You
kids.
do, well, maybe we should just do it for the camp. So that gives us a little bit of wiggle room on the time, otherwise, I mean, considering that we're already mid-February and then kids got tests and everything else going on at school, so that could give us a little bit of wiggle room if we were to choose to use the city's kids rather than going through the schools.
Well, and we have connections because we work in the Department of Parks and Recreation with the school district summer program, the Boys and Girls Club summer program. So we stay very connected with the youth in the community even throughout the summer. So we could just utilize those avenues of
Absolutely.
I like that,
participation.
I like that a lot,
So
if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So Faith, can we get you to just make those
Absolutely.
two little changes on this
Absolutely.
sheet and
Yeah, I'll
If you'll-
forward you to this.
you'll have them ready by the birthday?
Yeah,
then
absolutely. I'll send
know,
it
and
so
I
you guys can approve it and.
Awesome.
So all these phone numbers are, everything are correct on the form?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the list.
Are we going to use the same theme now for the youth banner contest that we did last time, or should we talk about it?
Well, it was so long ago, nobody remembers, and they probably graduated college.
Yeah,
by
right.
then. So-
Might even be retired.
Right. Oh.
I like the thing that they used
I do
last time.
too.
Like, that's very-
Makes me
Yeah,
happy,
very
and it was very broad, and a lot of kids put Palm Springs content in it. We would like to encourage Palm Springs
sure.
content to it, but
Because
I
they
like
get
what makes me
displayed in the
happy.
downtown, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
Especially by
you wanna
local
say
youth. I
what
think it's
makes me
great.
happy about Palm Springs or?
just what makes me happy, and we could encourage it as a theme.
Okay.
Sometimes you add
I
a
like
theme
that.
to it.
I like
All right,
that too.
Everybody good with that?
Yep, all right, done.
Great, thank you.
Faith, can you move these two items now to subcommittee category, so we'll get regular reports on there, I can take them out of new business, thank you.
It's because Joey and I were on it. like-
You were on it,
Alright.
that's what I like. Main Street Meredith,
Main Street Meredith.
any comments from?
I don't, yes, I do. So, I know that it's early and it's only mid-March, but I think
It's
that,
February, dear.
sorry, it's mid. Sorry.
Let's not
picnic is
push it.
mid-March. And I just would like to say that I would appreciate it if staff could start looking into what you wanna do in the summer as far as, you know, it becomes an issue. I have really tried to ask around on the block that is, Arenas to Baristo. Whether they would prefer the street to be open, if they would prefer it to be closed. There isn't enough booths on it though, so there's like 4 booths on the whole, in that whole stretch, if you just, you know, remove everybody, it's not there for the summer, and so it had caused some. Problems, but the staff took care of it great, but I just would like to start thinking about now, instead of having this discussion in June. you know, when it's really important to make whatever arrangements staff thinks is correct, but let's not drag it on, there.
Do we think it's possible to compress all of Village Fest to be north of Arenas
Yes, we
Yeah.
can,
for the summer? So
Definitely.
we can.
I think
I would like the board to consider some other activities that we have done in the past to try and fill in some of the block. Compressing the event is absolutely doable. We can do that. And it becomes challenging for staff to reallocate people when we reopen the street. So there becomes a lot of pushback.
because everybody wants to be up,
Yeah.
in the prime section.
Yeah. So, and you know, part of the work that we do is try and create a street that is, you know, diverse as you're walking down the street,
Yeah.
so that you get all types of different art and different crafts. Where during the summer, there's a lot of the same type of vendors that stick around because their particular product can survive the heat. So we would like to consider some other options of trying to fill in the block as opposed to closing down the street. Again, we can close down the street, we're more than happy to, but I would love to consider some options to fill it in first. And if that doesn't work, then we can absolutely close it down and then just redirect traffic down Arenas so that it can go southbound, so that block has some vehicular traffic.
Shouldn't we leverage the results of the survey? In determining all of this, you know, would the survey say, you know, would be nice to have that we don't have, or, you know?
Absolutely, that data is very valuable, so I do think that we can and we should. Will we have, I guess the question is, will we have the opportunity to utilize that and then put a program together and implement it in time for this
It's a
summer?
little tight timeframe.
Because we slow down quite a bit, you know, in April it slows and then it slows and then we head into the hotter it gets, the quicker people start to leave Village Fest.
If we compress it, are we still able to accommodate the same number of entertainment vendors, or do we have to reduce that as well?
That gets reduced, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Are
And-
you saying it would be best not to compress, but somehow fill the space? Is that, yes, that's.
From a staff level,
That's what I
yes.
hear you saying,
Mhm.
yes.
And it might work out better that way. I don't know that end of it. I'm just wanted from Main Street to be able to say that there is discussion about it. As far as even one merchant on that block has requested at another board meeting, not Main Street, to have there be no Village Fest in the summer months. So it just doesn't make any sense to me at all, and I'm not bringing that idea forward.
Couldn't we just spread them out a little bit more to fill the space in the summer so that there's a little more room between each of the
They do
booths?
that.
Yeah.
Right, so logistically, we have a lot of pushback from vendors to try and spread them out more. So if you've been sitting in this spot throughout the season and then summer hits and we're like, we're gonna
Well,
move you
I don't
over
mean
here.
move them, I mean, put more space between the current vendors, so if they're up this close to each other, give 5 feet.
That we
between
do
them,
do.
Or 10 feet between them.
We allow for them to have two booths, you can add an extra spot, it's just to try and fill in some of the space.
Right.
And then when season comes back around and vendors return, then we ask them to compress themselves back into the appropriate
Right.
space.
Okay.
However, during the summer, to try and fill space, absolutely, we create a little bit more space so that people bring out another tent or some extra artwork, as long as they stay in compliance with our current guidelines.
How many food vendors do we have now? Ish.
They're so good.
I know it's such a good diversity right now.
It's amazing.
We're missing a hot dog cart.
We are missing.
Aren't we turning away some
Oh,
people?
Yeah.
So how about if we don't turn away applications right now for food vendors? And then we would really expand our food court as the season goes on into the summer, because that's a time, if you're going down there in the summer. I think the food vendors would do very well in the summer.
Food vendors do well, they stay. That's how you can tell who
Yeah.
does well. Food vendors stay.
And maybe we could let more entertainers
Yeah.
come be a part of Village Fest and not have the 1 month or the every other week rotation, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
So in the summer, we do lose a lot of our entertainers, because it gets too hot and they don't wanna
Yep.
to be down there,
Yeah.
so a lot of times. Some of our entertainers are there like the whole month that will stay through the month, cause
Okay.
it's just too hot to be out there. And the thing with the food vendors is that,
if we did want to fill in that space, there's a lot of restaurants in that
Down
block. So we have put food vendors there. We've gotten pushback from the restaurants there because it's kind of, you know, we
Which I never
wanted to do
get
that.
that because it's not the same customer.
I know, but.
I'm
that
not
is
gonna
how
either
we
get a hot dog
adore-
off wagon or I'm gonna go into Johannes. You know what I mean? Like, it
Right.
just doesn't make any sense to me, but.
But I think if they're slow, I
They
think they
want
look
traffic.
and say, well, I'm slow because this is
Mhm.
over here,
Well,
you
it's
know?
This looking for excuse.
So,
Okay.
and it does become a challenge, like when we do close the street and at arenas, and then the summer months start cooling down sooner, and then everyone comes back, and then I'm trying to fit everyone in here because we can't
Yeah.
open it until October, and
Yes,
it's a challenge.
So
Right.
couldn't we create an incentive that, you know, when we compress, those people get the priority over people who don't stay the whole year? And
No, that's not fair. I don't
sure
think
it
But
is.
we don't want to compress.
No, that's what I'm saying is, but if that's what you're
Yeah.
doing and then
If you leave.
and then you get, if they
if you
leave.
have a candle business and you can't be in there.
Or
it's
it's
not-
ice cream, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Greg,
depends on
would it
the-
be okay, I don't mean to be too forward, but would it be okay if this would be if you could form a subcommittee on this discussion,
Sure.
only because we actually don't have it agendized for this discussion. Yeah, so we could talk as much as we want if it's on the
That's like a
agenda.
good idea, yeah.
So if you would form a subcommittee, and I would like to speak in a little bit smaller group about some of the individual complaints. From that block and stuff, we don't.
What
need
would you
to
call
talk
it? Like
about
Village Fest summer configuration or something, or
I don't know, I just put summer plan, but whatever.
summer plan that works?
Summer
Village Fest summer,
logistics.
Yeah, good.
Summer layout, I don't know, whatever you want,
That
but I think if we could start on it now, then this might be the first year that I'm not having to call them and go, oh my god. It's
I
calling
used
me.
to call.
Yeah.
But it's a good sport to watch. You have to fend them off.
Oh, yes, it's so.
Joy, I'm a regular. I'd be happy to be there on the committee with you.
Oh, cool.
Sorry I missed last month.
I'm not on a committee, I'm not a board.
I mean,
member,
no, board
but
member
It's
of Main
up to
Street.
you guys
You-
now,
I think
but
you're-
that's okay.
Thank you for your suggestion. I think it's a good one. Would you lead the committee?
I would lead you to heaven.
Oh, my goodness.
Good,
Yes,
I'm
I'd
glad,
be glad to.
please. And
He needs a-
David will raise his hand.
Okay.
We'll certainly need
And I
staff.
love working
input.
with David.
So maybe Faith or Jasmine, or they
Yes.
can designate.
Oh, yeah.
Good. And I'll be glad to help too. Anybody else interested in?
I'm turned out in June.
I am too.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean we can't help with a
It
plan,
doesn't
but
mean you can't
still,
help
it's,
with a plan.
yeah.
You could go again, you know.
Hmm?
If they don't have anybody else, you could go again. My husband was on it for 7
Yeah, but they don't allow that anymore. The city council doesn't do that anymore. Yeah.
You could
They're
live in a
they're
different
very strict
city.
about it. Under 18.
Well, no, you could just live
You could be a
in a
minor.
different city.
So we'll put that as a subcommittee.
Okay, would you like to title
Yeah.
it? Send
Let's call it the
Plan.
summer logistics.
Okay,
Oh, logistics, that is so much better than,
perfect. Thank
Good.
you.
All right. Thank you for bringing, anything
Thank
else,
you.
Joy?
no, everything's great. No, this looks topping.
Yeah, it does. Antonio and Joy, anything on marketing or social
She's
media?
running Instagram. I'm still locked out of it.
You're locked
And
out of it?
Let's
I was locked out of it and
Cause I don't actually know the
You're
answer.
locked out of the social media?
my account, yeah, the password or something, it kicked me out because of some authentication. The same issue that we had when I was trying to get on it the first time.
Yeah.
But did you get on the first time?
Yeah.
Just took us a while.
Took us a while to get password from somebody
Well,
to change it.
Okay, so,
We can take care of it after.
Instagram has 7,881 followers. It's up 3.8% since January. The growth is looking good. And on Palm Spring, on Village Fest, Palm Springs Street Fair, engagement's up 32%, net followers is up 27%. So everybody loves Village Fest. So, I mean, I never get like a crummy email or anything like that. Everybody loves Village Fest.
Do
That's
the
best.
followers fall off if they close their account on Village Fest? I mean, on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
No, because there's a lot of people that are migrating off and going to things like Reddit,
Yeah,
Blue Sky.
Blue
and-
Sky, yeah.
and whatnot.
There's an up and down. Here's, I'm sorry.
Are we on those
those are
other
my
platforms?
grandkids.
We're not on
Hang
Blue
on, my
Sky.
grandkids are here.
Are we
in
on
this
Reddit?
picture.
No,
No.
or Instagram, Facebook only.
If you
Okay.
would like, I could, so this is basically what it looks like, so it's very up and down, get some really good big spikes. So that's, it's just a picture,
Oh.
that's the actual page.
Are they on certain
And
days of the week?
I have on my phone, so.
Yeah. Are they on certain days of the week, the spikes, or are they certain times of the year?
Definitely Thursday.
Thursday's always the biggest
spikes.
engagement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And are we monetized on?
Nobody's planning Thursday
we
from
are not.
Monday, not if you're a
Because we
social
would-
media person.
Dude, who would get it?
Well, monetize will
Year
come to the
away.
city.
Yes, I don't know, maybe, if they want.
I mean, cause I mean,
If they want me to run the social media that somehow is attached to a city bank account, sure. Just.
but how would you monetize it? Like by getting commercials
Well,
on there?
no, well,
Advertising?
the more you, so, like my Facebook's monetized, but it's based on the postings and the interaction and every click and every video and every reel that's looked at eventually turns into money. And then every month I get a check from Facebook or a deposit into my
How do-
PayPal account.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
Because
this is
there's
the
advertising.
same,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
challenge, it's not a, it's
Yeah.
a report, so I
Yes,
can't,
okay,
I can't
yeah,
dive too
right,
deep
never
into
mind.
it.
So
But we're more
anyways,
than
it's
welcome to
going
put
good.
it on the agenda if you want to have further conversation about it.
Social media is going good, it's strong because people love Village Fest,
Yeah.
so that's really, really nice. Faith sent me over a list of current vendors, so I'm trying to match that with. If they're on any of those, so I can make sure to be following them, so I could share them. On Thursdays, I share, everybody that tags me, there's like maybe 15 or 20 tags a week. That are Village Fest vendors, and then I share it. Just on the stories, and
Does
that's
this
about
include
it.
our website as well, on the city website, our page? So we haven't done anything with that as far as making it mandatory that all the vendors be listed or anything like that.
Oh, on our Village Fest, no, we have not made it mandatory for vendors to be listed.
I would like to put that as an agenda item. I
Okay,
think we have to do something about the website itself
That's
because.
horrible.
Yeah, because, if you're thinking of going to, I mean, I've been through this myself.
Yes.
You're thinking of going to Village Fest, you have people with you, have guests in, so you wanna plan what you're gonna do, and then you go, maybe we'll just eat down there, let me see who the food vendors are. Nothing. So you really can't tell any of that, or even the farmer's market or whatever.
Yeah, our page on there is very
Yeah,
lacking.
and it could just
And it
say
always
that
has
this
been- it's been a
might
long
change
time,
without
so-
notice or whatever, I guess, but I mean, when I get a question like that, like just yesterday, somebody wanted to know if we have any gluten-free vendors, so I send that to Faith, and Faith tells me, like, some people have gluten-free, but we don't have a gluten-free vendor.
But it could be a little more generic and just do cuisines too, if you
Sure.
want, as opposed to
Yeah.
vendor names and the farmer's market, and lay out what's available in the farmer's market.
Yeah.
okay, we'll add our website
Is it-
That'd be
to
great.
the next agenda.
Website development.
Thank you. Cheryl is not here to talk about attendees or this school survey.
All right.
Everybody got the data, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
good stuff.
Chance to take a look at it.
Yes.
Let's make use of it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think,
Want me to report on right here?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Greg and I met and we went through quite a few items, but one of them was the information and how we can best utilize the information from the report that was provided to us by the high school students. So we are looking at Monday, the 24th at 9 a.m. to hold a bit of a study session offsite at the convention center. I'm still trying to confirm a facilitator for us, but Greg would really like for Cheryl to do a bit of a presentation on the information, because that is her background and she's very good at it. And then from there, have a facilitator help us break that information down and help us provide some direction where to go from that information. So that is the current plan, to try and utilize that information in making some decisions. I'm hoping that we can get this meeting on the books soon, because what an ideal situation would be that anything that needs to go to council for review or approval can happen in late summer, and then by October, when our event is coming back around, we have some information to implement. So that time-wise, if we can have this meeting and the board can make some decisions on best paths forward for Village Fest based on the information, that will give us the space to put something in action and get on the council's agenda.
And I think we need to be
24th.
on,
Is it
February.
February.
I think we need to be on their agenda in either June or July, because August goes dark anyway, and then July they start to push things out, so let's try it on for a June.
To my
So-
point, Dan, let me
Yeah,
say
go
this. My goal is to do a board presentation to council sometime in June prior to you and Celia terming out. I'd like this group to do.
So you're gonna put us on stage so we get the tomatoes thrown at us. Okay,
Exactly.
I got it. I like that.
Joyce says everybody loves Village Fest. I don't think there's any tomatoes. thrown.
But I'd like, that's my goal to make sure we have something to present and where we want to go and what we want to be when we grow up,
Yeah.
so to speak, okay?
Let's all block our calendars now, though. You said it's gonna be
24th, is everybody?
9 a.m. till
24th of what?
February.
I don't know, until we.
Give me the
have-
hours.
What are the
I would
hours
say
again?
4 o'clock,
Maybe like
9 a.m.
9 to 3.
9 to 3. Okay, good. Okay.
24th.
It's really important everybody be there.
Yeah, yes. So if you cannot be there, let us know and then we'll go back to the drawing board on dates. But that was a date that worked well for staff and Greg and I met and there were there's space available for us to.
Where's that gonna be? That's at the.
At the convention center.
Okay.
Village Fest meeting,
9 a.m., right?
To
Yes.
3.
9 a.m.
Okay,
Okay.
9 a.m.
anything else on this topic? You okay, Antonio? You'll be there? Good. All right, staff reports.
So just a few things based on our meeting together. Council does anticipate holding another joint board and commission meeting as we've had in the past. There is no date yet, but for
June.
the city clerk's office, it will happen again. And I just said, as soon as you know, let me know so I can make sure that it's on our board schedule. So they'll get that information to me as soon as it's available. And I did check to see if there were any applicants for our board. We are losing 2 members at the end of this fiscal year. I was told that they do not open recruitment to the beginning of April. So there are no current applicants. But if anybody knows people who can kind of fill the gap of Celia and Dan, who both have very unique talents and have brought to this group for a very long time, I would suggest having a conversation with them, encouraging them to apply. Because Celia's background has been extremely beneficial in all of the art and craft vendors who have come before us. And Dan's background in food and marketing has been huge. So I think it's going to be a pretty big gap to try and fill on the board. So let's keep our eyes open and people who would be good to serve on the board kind of feel that would be wonderful.
Oh, you flatter.
Will we continue to meet at 5:30?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes. This year, the International Festival and Events Association is holding their conference in Palm Springs, which is very exciting. Faith and I have both attended off and on over the years. It is a fantastic conference. It actually is the conference that has provided us awards for our posters. So I would really, really love to be able to submit that poster again for that award, especially since they're gonna be in Palm Springs. They always hold really interesting groups on boards and commissions, very specific to board members and commission members. So I talked to Greg about finding some ways that we can get this board involved. Once they send out a schedule of what that looks like, I'd love to provide it to you all. And we have money in our budget to send board members to
When is the
conferences.
conference?
It's the International Festival and
No
Events
way.
Association. It's in September, end of September.
And it's here.
Yes.
This year. Good.
Yeah, so I would absolutely love to be able to send some board members to participate in that conference.
like to go.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You never know, maybe we'll get no applicants. We'll still reach her.
So I talked to Greg about that at our meeting and he thought it would be a great idea for some of our board members to be able to attend. And if we can get some entries to the contest, the
Poster.
awards that they provide.
Yeah.
I would love for y'all to be able to attend that as well.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Yay.
There is one more event coming up that I thought was what you were gonna mention. That's April 15th at the downtown park, the National World Art Day.
Yes.
So did you mention
The 13th?
Okay. Maybe you said it and I missed it. But anyways, that seems like something really good for us all to check it out and see what's going on with it too.
I believe it's April 13th.
All right, well, I don't know,
It's-
Janice's email says
That's,
15th.
what is it?
World Art Day.
World
Oh,
Art
wait,
Day.
it's on a Sunday, right? A Sunday?
Ah, it's actually Saturday, April twelfth.
The 12th,
World
okay.
Art Day is on the 15th, but the event
Yeah.
is on the 12th.
And that's in the downtown part.
In the downtown part.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, and so this week, weather permitting, we will have our event where Parks and Rec comes out this week and we're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day. We have crafts and a little photo booth and all that fun stuff, so you guys are around and.
Bring your
We're
umbrella.
not
It's
gonna,
not raining.
yeah, bring your umbrella and we're hoping that we
Sorry
can
about that.
have Village Fest, but yeah, so that'll be this week with the park, so it should be fun.
Can I, this is a little, I don't know if I'm supposed to mention here, what's the issue with the parking? Remember last time we were talking about staff, board members parking, like, we can't park on Topwoods because we might get towed.
So I did address that. I cannot address it right now because it's not on our agenda, but I can talk to you afterwards.
Okay, thanks.
Just you.
Okay, just-
I'd like to.
The rest of you are on your own. Walk.
I brought it up, so it's.
Do it the Blue Zones way, walk downtown.
Right?
Anything else for this evening? No? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn. My shrimp is waiting. They're not.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Thanks, everybody. Good meeting.
Shortest.
Okay.